Well, you might be ready to go homestead in Alaska. But let's take a look at some of the things you need to think about before you pack everything up in the truck and head north. Well, my little cabin keeps getting better every time I work on it. Hi, Star. How are you, Star? Are you a happy dog? Yep, these dogs like it out here. Now, if a person wants this type of lifestyle, you have to realize that there's only a limited amount of land left that doesn't already have someone living there. So if you want to get to this type of living, you need to start looking for your land now. Best way to do that is to come to Alaska. You need to live here about a year before you start buying property. Otherwise, you don't really understand the environment that well. Let's see. A lot of the land programs here require a year's residency before you're eligible. That's a pretty good deal. It gives you time to adjust in Alaska. Now, if you want to buy land from the state of Alaska, you need to check at the Department of Natural Resources for land disposal programs. There's pretty much always some land available, and there's only 5% down. So if you can't afford a piece of land under that program, you probably can't afford to live out in the bush either. A typical piece of property will cost you somewhere between $500 and $1,000 for the down payment and fees for the processing and all that sort of thing. It's going to be a lot more expensive in transportation and getting everything all set so you can build a cabin. You need to give a lot of consideration to how you're going to support yourself when you get out to the woods too. In my opinion, it's far better to be out in the bush and working to get the things you need than it is to be in town and working and buying everything that would make it perfect out here, but having to live in town the entire time. A lot better to me to work as I go. Just like most places, there's good land and there's bad land in Alaska. You need to really go out and look the property over before you buy it. It's surprising how many people buy land before they get to Alaska just because they want to make sure they get some. And then when they do arrive, they find out they bought swampland.